Now, two missing episodes of Doctor Who, which haven't been seen since they were broadcast more than 60 years ago, have been found. They star William Hartnell as the Doctor, and he's up against his archenemy, the Daleks. The series also starred Peter Purves before he became a Blue Peter presenter, and we'll hear from him in a moment. Let's first hear, though, a bit of one of the discovered episodes. It features Peter and William.
Makes your eyes feel strange even with these on. Like looking into the sun for too long.
Oh, don't complain, young man. You're a very privileged person. You realise that very few people have seen this in this universe?
All right, Doctor, but now we've got it. What are we going to do with it?
We will never know, or perhaps we will know, because we'll be able to see it now. Professor Justin Smith is on the line from the charity Film is Fabulous that has been assessing the recovered films. And Peter Purves as well joins us. Morning to you both.
Yes, good morning, Justin.
Morning.
Peter, lovely to hear from you, first of all. Do you remember that scene? You were the companion, were you, back in the day?
I was William Hartnell's companion for 46 episodes, yes.
Wow.
And it's wonderful that we've got a nice good news story that 2 episodes have turned up. 27 of mine still are missing, but I'm delighted that 2 have been found.
Did the BBC in those days just not care? Well, why are they missing?
Well, it's complicated. The BBC would always transfer the film from the 2-inch tapes on which they were recorded, transferred to telecine for sales abroad. And they didn't actually archive the films, so many are missing, those that were never returned from places where they've been sold to. It's rather sad, but it's great when some turn up. This is a good news story.
Yeah, and Professor Smith, tell us more about the turning up of this one and why you think they were lost.
Yeah, Film is Fabulous takes in collections of films from film collectors, often when they've deceased, and you know, they're very varied. They're hundreds of films sometimes, and you never know what you're going to find. And in this particular circumstance, we were absolutely thrilled when we realised, wrapped in a plastic bag, 2 episodes with Doctor Who on the film cans.
Why did they have them?
Well, film collectors, you know, are eclectic enthusiasts of film of all kinds, and often, you know, we found, particularly with BBC items, that, you know, these have found their way into private collections, perhaps because the BBC were actually throwing them out. You know, the attitudes to archiving back in the 60s in television was really very different from today, and lots of material was junked. And of course, collectors and enthusiasts pick up these things.
Yeah, and Peter Purves, you say it's good news. It is good news, isn't it? Particularly when you think of just the wider cultural importance of Doctor Who, because it was, and I suppose to an extent still is, such a part of the broadcasting firmament.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and at the time, it was a hugely popular programme. The Daleks were one of the biggest draws on television. And it was a great time to be working in television because we did, you know, these shows almost as if they were live. We didn't have recording breaks. There was no editing time. So what was recorded on the day, mistakes and all, that's what the audience saw. It was quite intense. We did 1 a week, and it was relentless. Great fun, a bit like working in weekly repertory in the theatre. It's wonderful.
Is that, when you look then at the film now, Professor Smith, does it look very different? Does it feel very different to a more modern, polished version, not just of Doctor Who, but of anything that's been designed and made in a studio?
I think it's very different in terms of studio working, but I mean, what is remarkable is both the quality of these 2 recovered episodes, but also the professionalism of the the makers. This was the peak of BBC studio drama with its technology, which now looks rather curious and archaic, but it is actually very, very accomplished. The direction, the performances are all excellent, and I think it stands up incredibly well today.
Professor Smith and Peter Purves as well. Thank you both.